Hello friends, we continue to work with our material and yesterday I have given you some home tasks that you had to do and it was your task, and now I suggest you to continue working with English, and today I suggest you to start our lesson with a nice cup of tea or coffee. So make up for yourself some tea or some coffee and let's have a very good lesson with tea or coffee. We can do it because we are staying at home. Діти, я вам пропоную на початку нашого уроку зробити собі смачну чашечку чаю або кави, взяти цукерку. Ми можемо собі це дозволити, тому що ми не в класі, а вдома. And we continue working. So yesterday I have given you the home task, and this home task was connected with some grammar material. And the first exercise was exercise 12, and you had the audio of this exercise. You listened to it and underlined the correct word in bold. And after that, your task was to make full sentences as in the example, to tell the story. So let's check the sentences that you have made. Laura walked along the street when it started raining, blowing. Laura was walking along the street when it started raining. The second sentence. I will tell you the correct sentence. So, as she was running towards an old house, thunder or the thunder rumbled above. Laura knocked on the door, or Laura was knocking on the door, because it can be a very long period of time he was knocking. Yes, she was knocking. Laura was knocking on the door, but there was no answer. She pushed the door. Pushed, штовхнула. Pushed. Yes, it was short action, да? Коротка дія. She pushed the door, which slowly creaking, yes, open. As Laura was walking into the hall, she heard someone laughing. Scared, she turned around, but the heavy door closed behind her. Там був такий звук, такий bam, yes, closed behind her. Now we are going to check exercise 13. Fill in and, when, while, as, so, because. So let's check what you have done in this exercise. So the second sentence. I left London when I was 10 years old. John put on his coat and left the house. She decided not to buy the bicycle as or because it was too expensive. Mary cooked lunch as I was tired. I saw Bill driving a new car while I was waiting for the bus. Steve was hoovering the carpets while Mary was dusting the furniture. It was very dark, so he didn't see the man crossing the road. And one more time, let's pay attention to our exercise 14. I have explained you the difference between adjectives and adverbs. Я вже вам пояснювала різницю між прикметничками і прислівничками, так? You should remember that adjective describes the object, yes, and adverb describes the verb. Да? Прикметник описує якийсь предмет, об'єкт, так? Тоді, коли прислівник описує verb, дієслово. And we can form our adverbs with adding "ly" to the adjective. Да? Додаємо до нашого прислівничка закінчення ly. І таким чином ми отримуємо що? Прислівник. But There are some irregular adverbs, да? Тобто є irregular forms, да? Тобто ті форми, які винятки, да? Що це за правило без винятку. So good, well, добрий, добре, hard, hard, складний, складно, fast, fast, швидкий, швидко, early, early, ранній, рано, who is an early bird, хто рання пташка, да? Хто рано встає, I'm not. I'm definitely not. I wake up at 9, at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know how will I come back to school. And late, late, пізній, пізно. So you should know all the rules that are connected with adjectives and adverbs. And now we are going to check exercise 15. In this exercise, your task was to fill in the correct adjective or adverb. Але, дітки, подивіться, будь ласка, у вас усі слова, які у вас є у списочку, це прикметники, тому щоб вставити вам в текст прислівничок, так, що вам потрібно було зробити? Вам потрібно було додати ly, якщо це не irregular form. Yes? So, you have done this task. I hope you have done this task. And now we are going to check it. So, it was a cold winter night. Cold, it is adjective. Adjective, діти, пам'ятаємо, що це таке? Прикметник. There was a strong wind blowing and it was raining heavily. Heavily, це так, ну, типу, сильний дощ. Heavy rain – це сильний дощ. But it was raining, йшов дощ як? Сильно. Jenny Mason was standing at a bus stop in a dark street. Dark, it is adjective, прикметник. Waiting, patiently. Patient – це спокійний. Patiently – спокійно, да? For the last bus home. Suddenly. What does it mean suddenly? Sudden – раптовий, suddenly – раптово. She heard footsteps coming fast. Coming quickly, I'm sorry, швидко, quickly, towards her. Her heart was beating fast, швидко. Here we have adjective, but remember that fast – швидкий and fast – adjective. Це два однакових слова в англійській мові і два різних слова в українській. As she looked nervously, nervous – нервовий. Yes, I will be nervous if you don't do your home task, да, я буду дуже нервова, якщо ви не будете робити своє домашнє завдання. And nervously, нервово, into the darkness. So, here are the correct answers for your home task exercises. And now, on this lesson, we are going to continue our work and we are going to work with page 39. Here you have the text and please pay attention at the beginning to the exercise 16. Let's read the task of exercise 16 together. So, look at the pictures and underline the correct answer to question 1.6. Зверніть увагу на картинки та підкресліть правильну відповідь до вправи 1.6. So, where did the story take place? Де відбувалася історія? So, underline the correct answer. If you underlined in the desert, it's correct answer. This is a correct answer. Who were the main characters? Two men, Bedouins. I think that two men is the correct answer. What happened to the plane's engine as they were flying? So let's pay attention to the picture B. And here we have that it exploded. What does it mean exploded? Вибухнути. Who saved them? Хто спас їх? Pay attention to the picture E. I think that men on camels. Люди на верблюдах. Where did they take them to? So, what do you think? Куди вони їх відправили? To the airplane or to a tent? I think that if that man were on the camels, so they took them to a tent. And what do you think? How did the two men feel? Як два чоловіка почувались після цього? And here we have two words, grateful. What does it mean, grateful? I'm very grateful to you that you helped me. And the second word is annoyed. I am so annoyed. You did the wrong thing. Я такий роздратований, ти зробив все неправильно. So, what do you think? So please pay attention to the pictures. I think that the two men were grateful. Що два чоловіка були дуже вдячні. Yes? And now we continue our lesson with drinking our tea or coffee and listening to the text. But while listening, you should fill in. You should put the pictures A, E in the correct order. So please, let's listen to the text and put the pictures in the correct order.
Exercise 25, page 40.
I'm sorry.
Listen to the tiny...
Exercise 20, page 40. Good afternoon. Exercise 17, page 39.
So let's listen.
Lost in the desert. Rick Anderson, a magazine photographer, had no idea what would happen to him when he set off over the Sahara Desert in a small plane last month. The view was beautiful, but the sun was boiling hot as Frank, the pilot, flew slowly over the desert. Rick was taking pictures when he heard a loud bang.
What's that noise?
He asked Frank.
Something's wrong with the engine!
Frank yelled as the plane began to lose altitude. A few minutes later, Frank managed to land the plane safely in the desert. They checked the radio, but it wasn't working. Rick decided to go for help. Frank tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen.
You stay here and try to fix the radio.
Rick said. He took a water bottle and started walking. The sun was burning his skin as he went on, hour after hour through the hot desert. His head ached, and his lips were dry and cracked. There was no water left in the bottle. He was thinking of turning back when he saw some people on camels in the distance. One of them was waving to him. Rick couldn't believe his eyes. He tried to wave back, but he fell, exhausted, onto the sand. When Rick opened his eyes, he was inside a tent. Frank was there too.
Some Bedouin men on camels found me at the plane.
Frank said softly.
Then we followed your footprints in the sand. Everything's fine now.
Rick smiled gratefully and said,
Thanks to the Bedouins. Oh, maybe we can take some photos of them for the magazine.
So we have
Exercise
listened
17,
to exercise, and now let's work a little bit with the text. So we will try to read the story and fill in the sentences below of exercise 18. We will fill in the sentences into the text. Ми зараз ставимо речення з вправи 18 в текст разом. And also I will give you the translation of some words. І також я вам дам переклад деяких слів з тексту. And as your home task, you are going to read and translate the text. So please, let's work with exercise 18 first of all. So here you have some sentences. A. Frank was there too. Frank був там також. A few minutes later, Frank managed to land the plane safely in the desert. A few minutes later, декілька хвилин по тому, через декілька хвилин, Френк спромігся посадити літак. All he could do was try to find someone to help. Все, що він міг зробити, це спробувати когось знайти на допомогу. His head ached and his lips were dry and cracked. Його голова ached. Ми вивчили, да? Ached, боліла, да, голова. And his lips were dry. I have got very dry lips. I need to use my lipstick. Dry lips – це такі сухі губи and cracked, потріскані. So, what do you think? Where should one sentence is extra? Одне речення зайве, так? And here we have the first like gap, да, перше таке віконечко. And here, what do you think will be the correct answer? So think over like 10 seconds. And the correct answer is B. A few minutes later, Frank managed to land the plane safely in the desert. Да? Тобто там почали вони втрачати висоту, і вони почали, вони літак посадили таке. Then the second gap. So think. And the correct answer here is D. His head ached and his... And we continue. So for the second gap, the correct answer was his head ached and his lips were dry and cracked. And the third gap, so what do you think? What is the correct answer for the third gap? When Rick opened his eyes, he was inside a tent. And yes, the correct answer is A. Frank was there too. And let's continue with some words from the text. I suppose they will be very useful for you. So I will translate you some words, and after that at home you will translate the text till the end. So the second line, set off, відправитися. Then flew slowly, летіли повільно. Loud bang, гучний такий бабах, да? Гучний звук, bang. Engine, мотор. Yelled, закричав. Lose altitude, втрачати висоту. Radio, you know the word radio, да, знаєте слово радіо. Skin, шкіра. Hour after hour, година за годиною. Waving, I'm waving to you, махати. Inside a tent, всередині намету. Footprints, сліди. Gratefully, з вдячністю. And guys, your home task will be to read and translate the text. Так, читаємо, перевіряємо, перекладаємо текст. Please do exercise 19. Робимо вправу 19 на сторінці 39. And exercise 22, 23 and 24, page 40. Тобто ваше домашнє завдання буде прочитати, перекласти текст, зробити вправу 22, 23, 24 на сторінці 40, так? І не забувайте, що до кінця тижня ви маєте мені здати також ще тест. На цей тиждень це всі завдання, тобто я вас залишаю в спокої. Ви виконуєте тест, виконуєте ці завдання, працюєте. І the next task I will give you on Monday. So please work hard and do your best. Старайтеся якнайкраще. Що пам'ятаємо, не забуваємо? Миємо руки з милом.